Hi, everyone. I am Jason Morgan, editor of Fleet Equipment, and welcome to Fleet Equipment Unscripted, the video interview series that puts you in contact with the top minds in the industry. Today, I have Tim Bigwood, CEO of Noregon Systems, to talk about service issues. Tim, how are you? How's it going over there? How's the work from home transition?
We're doing great, Jason. Thank you. Thank you again for having me. It's an opportunity for us to kind of test some of our remote from home systems, and team's doing awesome. Definitely appreciated the fact that they can go ahead and work from home, obviously during this trying time. But company's fully operational. We're doing ability to go ahead and ultimately support all of our customers. And so I think they're keeping those trucks rolling. Obviously paramount to go ahead and help those people on the front lines. Obviously all those nurses, doctors, and grocery stores out there. So we definitely, our hearts and minds go out to them, and we're grateful for what they're doing, and we're just happy to do our part.
Yeah, for sure, the tough job out there. And actually, I've been thinking writing a lot about how just the development of connectivity and telematics and being able to remotely connect to your trucks. I mean, not a better time to have that capability right now, right?
I completely agree, and we're really excited. We got some great things we're piloting right now with our ability to go ahead and really push diagnostics to the edge and really get some real-time health and safety of what's going on within those vehicles. So as people are remote, ultimately when you start scheduling those vehicles, one, hopefully you can go ahead and be able to resolve any outstanding concerns, whether it needs DPF regen. Obviously, we're able to do that remotely without the driver interaction and keep that truck running, especially in current times. That's paramount. And then if it needs a little bit more technical repair, being able to have those parts on hand. So anytime those vehicles do come in, it's a quick transition. You don't want them sidelined. Obviously, fleets aren't going ahead and honoring their SLAs or making money if those trucks are inside. So really trying to keep that operational is paramount.
Right, for sure. And that kind of leads us great into our first question. You mentioned the remote capabilities, but when the trucks do come into the bays, they want to turn those around quickly. What are you seeing as kind of the biggest maintenance points to stay on top of to make sure that truck isn't going to hit the side of the road?
Well, one of the things that we always is paramount to us is really going ahead and look at things holistically. The problem is when someone comes in, just listening to some of the driver feedback, maybe necessarily, or some of the symptoms on the vehicle, if you're not looking at that vehicle holistically, you're really not going to be able to triage all those issues and frankly repair all those issues. So one of the steps we're trying to go ahead and do is really push that. Our tools go ahead and do that and try and give those technicians the opportunity to be able to fix the entire vehicle. If you go ahead and roll out and still have another nagging issue, then you could be sidelined. And so you're going to go ahead and have a problem with some of your comebacks. One of our new applications, Next Step Repair, that actually we're giving away free to our customers right now, is to really go ahead and give one of those step-by-step instructions to go ahead and repair those potential faults that may be identified. So really trying to go ahead and look at that vehicle end to end, fixing everything that you can on that vehicle before it rolls out, because you don't want to know when you're going to get sidelined, and frankly, you don't know when you're going to see that vehicle again.
Right. Yeah. No. Next Step Repair was cool. Kind of right before this happened, we had TMC, and I was able to take a walk through it on the show. I did a story, so I'll post that in the story notes here so that people can reference it, because it's a cool kind of diagnose problem, kind of fault code troubleshooting. So definitely a cool application there. And kind of in that vein too, keeping your technicians informed. If I'm managing a shop, want to keep my technicians on top of things. What are some kind of big bullet points there for how to make sure that they're using their time wisely, keeping up on what's coming into their bay, and then maybe some tools that would help them do that?
Obviously, everyone's impacted by social distancing. So if we're able to go ahead and give training and be able to go and do any sort of remote webinars, obviously we have a great library of YouTube videos. We've got certification for our products. So really keeping the technicians sharp that are out there, and also being able to keep the training on a single product. The problem we have is that a lot of the fleets out there are mixed. And so you have a lot of different applications. And if they can go ahead and focus on one application to be able to go ahead and resolve the issues for those vehicles, that's going to be paramount to be able to keep them ultimately fixing trucks and keeping them productive. Also being able to access webinars so that in the event that you, in the social distancing time, you don't have your master technicians there and you do have questions, then those technicians be able to get another avenue to go ahead and be able to reach out. Because, frankly, everyone needs their downtime. Everyone's running really hard right now, and being able to go ahead and spread that out. And when people have their downtime, to not bother them and give an additional resource, that's something that really kind of resonates.
Right, for sure. And I did, I've heard kind of unofficial reports of just being able to just staggering technician hours, even bays, and kind of keeping that social distancing. So anything that can kind of keep them engaged, maybe even while they're not on the floor, right? Keep them active, keep them working, keep the paychecks coming is a good thing.
Totally agree. And then that's actually, we amended our call center hours to be able to go ahead and do that. One of the problems we saw is that as these fleets were going ahead and running more often, they needed more access to be able to, in the event that they had trouble within their tools. So they were able to go ahead and reach out to us. And we're trying to go ahead and marry that and really try and meet the needs of fleets that are out.
Right, for sure. Speaking of that, service data, I mean, I know Noregon is just steeped in the massive amounts of service data that comes in. But from a fleet manager or even a shop manager's point of view, what are some of those bullet points that I definitely want to be paying attention to right now? And what do they mean? What should I be looking for in terms of trends?
So one of the things Bill Hathaway likes to say is, our owners really to say, we're about connecting the dots. And it's really about focusing on what's going to have the biggest impact for your organization. Look at fuel efficiency. Obviously, diesel is a tremendous portion of what their ultimate fuels are. So if you focus in on those issues that you're really seeing that are impacting or negatively impacting your fuel efficiency, you should really focus on resolving those before they become a huge problem. Like I said about DPF regens, you do not want to be able to go and derate and have your vehicle on the side of the road. So as you look at your application and you figure out what zone your DPF system is in, and you should really probably proactively take advantage of that, run that regen so that vehicle won't be out there. And CSA violations. I mean, right now we need trucks rolling. And if you have a negative, if you have any sort of issues on your vehicle that can negatively impact that, if you're on the side of the road, if you're negatively impacts your fleet, impacts your driver, if you're not going ahead and look at that data to really go ahead and look at your fleet, again, coming back to the holistic part of it, then you're going to have a problem. And you're not going to go ahead and be able to honor your, like I said earlier, your service level agreements with your customers. And that is going to be something where fleets need to take that data that ultimately is provided to them and make it action.
Right. No, for sure. And two of the things that stuck out to me in what you were saying there, the fuel efficiency for sure, because even as we've seen diesel prices dip, and you might think, oh, okay, I'm getting a savings there. But, well, yeah, but you could do savings as long as you're running even more efficiently,
Exactly. And who knows how long it's going to last? I mean, we're coming into the summertime frame and we'll see where those starts going up there. So, yeah, I mean, if you have that, it'll be, like you said, compounded savings, but ultimately in the long run, you'll be a more efficient organization.
Right. Right. That and the we know there's an hours of service exemption for fleets delivering essential goods and serving those markets. And so, not saying that fleets would push into any territories that would be unsafe, but who knows how long trucks are running, or maybe PM schedules are getting shifted. So, definitely having the remote ability into what's happening when schedules are different than they used to be is hugely beneficial.
Agreed. And fleets should really focus on this time while they're able to look at the overall processes, because this time won't always be there, as you said. So hours of service are going to come back into play, and we need to make sure that the fleet's running up, maximizing their efficiency all across the board. They don't just want to do it during the high peak times. I mean, if you think about it, if they're able to improve their operations now, then when we come out of this, they're going to be, even better. And that's obviously what we need.
Right, and hopefully that means that every operation different. Fleets are essential. So who knows if they're working from home or remote, or if they're going to the office or they're staggering. But even then, I mean, I even see it in my publishing world. The fact that you're not down the hall from someone means everything gets, whether it's in an email or whether it's on the platform you're using, it's all being tracked now, right? So it can really be good to impact the operation.
Oh, completely agree. Yeah, the inability to stand on people's desk is a problem now. So, ultimately, just looking at that data real time is paramount.
Right, for sure. So, and kind of going specifically into Noregon operations right now, I know software updates always a big bullet point for Noregon. You continue to roll out JPro updates with new functionality and fixes. Why is it important for fleets to stay on top of that right now? And what benefits would they see with updating their scan tools?
Noregon really thrives on customer feedback. We go ahead and design our application based upon customer feedback, based upon what that diesel technician says. So when we go ahead and make updates, we do them based upon their feedback. So I think it's paramount when they go ahead and they need to update it, because then they can understand what they're going to realize some of those efficiencies. And since it's an application wide, all of our customers get that. And so when you conglomerate or you aggregate all of this feedback, you're able to give it to all those individual users. So we're going ahead and maximizing efficiency, not only in one shop, but some other shop it's a good idea. It's a best practice when they're able to go do it. So keeping up to date on that, they're able to go ahead and find new ways to do business and how to better apply. Obviously as sensors and as vehicles or as components go ahead and change on vehicles that are out there, new settings are coming out, really looking back at again, the vehicle holistically, having the latest and greatest data is going to go ahead and ensure that your system is running as efficiently as possible. And it comes back to those fuel system or fuel savings and other violations that might be out there. Is really kind of be able to focus on that part of it. And all, we do a great job. I mean, I was a little bit biased here, but we do a great job being able to do a what's new within our application. As soon as you go ahead and bring it on, you can understand exactly what the new features are. And we go ahead and do trainings on that so people can understand and really get good feedback on why this is new. And frankly, it gives us access to new products too. I mean, we're able to upgrade and next step repair being out there for free for people. It's all of that. You're already going ahead. It's your application. Why not have the best one running that's out there? Why would you go ahead and pay for something that you're not going to go ahead and maintain?
Right. Right, for sure. And it really underscores the point that, especially right now, I know it's all the time, but especially right now, being able to lean on their partners, right? I know you said the call center hours are extended there. I've seen Noregon stepping up its webinar game. I see those announcements all over social, and I know a lot of other providers and in the industry. So right now, a good message is call your providers, right? It's different than calling your employees at this point to get a helping hand.
Yeah, I completely agree. I mean, we're here with partnership. Ultimately, we don't like to say we want to be able to go ahead and help our partners out. And all we're able to go ahead and support, obviously, as part of the transportation industry, for essential that are out there. And those are the ones that are really, quote unquote, where the rubber meets the road. Right. And again, it's kind of like updating your software. We're here. We're a resource. If you need us, call us. We've been out there trying to proactively talk to our partners. We'd go ahead and welcome all the opportunity for them to come into us. If there's anything we can do, again, we're 100% operational and we're here to go ahead and do it.
Yeah, very cool. I think for all the fleets out there too, if they're taking my calls, they'll definitely take your calls. So Tim, I appreciate you taking the time to talk today, and I'm sure we'll connect again soon.
Yes, Jason, thank you very much. It's great. Really appreciate it.